we're live on YouTube, and I don't know how this camera angle is. I'm having, but I'm hoping that you can actually see me all right. And the sunlight as well. What a glorious day. So I'm just here at me grandparents. I sadly on Thursday was at a funeral of a person that I've known for quite a few years. We date back to the school days, and he was just like, he was sort of like a friend of friends. So he was part of like a friendship group that I used to meet up at the pub with before I moved to Hull. He was someone I always got on with, had a laugh with. Sadly, was taken far too soon. On Thursday funeral where absolutely tons of people and packed out the church to give him a good send off, and then we all headed over to the pub and carried on giving him a good send off in the place. He loved drinking, so I'm at my grandparents'. I've stayed over for the weekend because I've got no gigs this weekend. It was a weekend free, which it's been the first time where it's been free for quite a few weekends now, actually. Obviously, I think it dates back to last month, the Jubilee Jamboree. That was kind of where it all started, and then the following week I was at that festival, and then we had Glow with it, and then we've had like Stomfest and the Residents Association, Lenny's Bar. So we've had a lot of things happening. So this week was kind of like, well, I've got nothing happening. Just a little bit of a chilled week for me. As you know, we're back at it, which is why we're streaming. Next week, it's just an update that just under a week, we've got Wizards of the Core, and a week today, I've a private party in Driffield, believe it or not. I'm doing a 60th birthday party, so that'll be fun. But next week, next Friday, which is just under a week away now, we've got Wizards of the Core in Cleethorpes, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a really fun booking. I'm just MCing. I'm not doing any DJ sets at this one, and to be honest, after my reaction of Stormfest and how sort of enjoyable Stormfest was, and how good Stormfest was, and I did a lot of MCing and hosting there. It has really given me that sort of MC Noble drive again, that had kind of got lost during the lockdown. Now, obviously, I'm not going to give up the DJing and go back to just being a full-time MC, but I am definitely 100% more than happy to take on MC bookings as well as DJ bookings. And if anybody does want me to host at an event, or they want me to MC at a night, I am more than happy to do it, as well as my DJing side of things. So Wizards of the Core, I'm really looking forward to. And I'm going to do quite a good job, hopefully. So I've got two sets at Wizards of the Core. My first one, I'm back to back with my good friend the Layman. We're on Flick B's set, which I'm looking forward to. Flick B's set, which I think I did say in an original stream, but there's been like some flyer updates and some changes, and now myself and the Layman, we're going B2B on the Flick B set, because one of the other artists is no longer on the lineup, as he's actually away out of the country. And there's been a few changes, but for those of you who may or may not know, if you're a little bit in the dark, yes, the Layman does host. Yes, the Layman can host. He's coming on leaps and bounds with his bars. We performed at Stormfest. A lot of people just see him at events with a camera and think, oh, he's a photographer. But the Layman actually does a hell of a lot more than just taking pictures at an event. I mean, what does the Layman not do? I mean, we write tunes on FL Studio. We record studio tracks, where we're spitting bars. We've wrote positive reggae tunes. He does DJ as well, does Lee? Not much, not half as much as I want him to. I really want to sort of like kick him up the backside and say, get back into the DJing, because for those of you who don't know, he used to DJ years ago, and obviously he took a big break from music and obviously stopped the DJing. But he does actually have a good setup at home. He's got good speakers. He's got good decks. He's actually got I think he's got the Denon. And I'm always like, get back into the mixing, and he's always like, I want to get back into the mixing, and by the end of the year I want to be able to go B2B with me and Mix. And we've had a few sessions where we've got him sort of like doing quite well, and he's been like getting really back into it, because when he did it years ago, it was just vinyl, and he was like a sort of like a hip hop and R&B DJ. Then he moved into spinning a little bit of dance, warming up. Now it's all this like newer technology, and it's like it is almost kind of like learning all over again for him. And like I say, we've had a few mixing sessions where he's actually come on leaps and bounds, but he just isn't consistent at sticking with it. So like he'll be like, I'm gonna try and start having a mix once a week, and then we'll maybe have a mix once a week for 2 weeks in a row, and and then he won't mix again for weeks on end. And I know your busy schedule, pictures to do, all these other things to do, radio, but I just think, God, get on your decks, man. If you do end up watching this, Layman, get on your decks, because go B2B together. It's the only way to do it. But for those who didn't know, the Layman does all kinds of different things, and he also makes people laugh on the internet with his ridiculously funny memes. Like, he's always memeing somebody. I had to laugh the other day because he was on commercial radio, and someone like trying to have like a banter war with him on Facebook, like with all these memes and putting him in all these pictures. And if you don't know the Layman by now, he's not the easiest of people to take out. As a matter of fact, I don't think anyone has ever taken him out. So someone can meme him, and they'll edit him onto a picture for a bit of a fun or a bit of a laugh. But Lee, the Layman, will always come back with a picture that is just like 10 times better. So, no matter what anybody ever says to him, or whatever picture they edit him on, like the Layman always comes with a comeback, or he always comes with something that sort of like takes it one step further. So, for example, a person's here, edits him, Lee's just there, and then boom, he'll just go straight there with that new picture. And people have given up. People have like given up and stopped memeing him, and people have just thrown the towel in the end. But there's been one particular person that just will not leave him alone on Facebook, and will edit him, and even if the edits are absolutely shocking and the head doesn't even fit properly on the picture, or it looks like something that someone would have drawn in nursery, they'll still put it up, and they'll still try and have this banter with him, and they'll try and outdo him and show him up in front of everybody online, and it never really seems to work. But it keeps going, doesn't give up, which is on her behalf, well in for not giving up. Because there's even times where I've wanted to give up when we've had photograph wars. So anyway, so Lee's on the commercial radio, this person that always memes him and puts him in pictures, was looking into the show and commented in for a shout out. So Lee decided he was going to shout her out, but he was going to take it up one step a little bit further than what he'd done before, and he actually called her out online, called her a stalker, just only on a commercial public FM radio with over 50,000 listeners, a proper FM station that that you pick up in the car, proper licensed radio with, with the proper news, the weather and the adverts. Not just a little internet thing, an actual proper fully licensed FM station. And he shouted this person out, and this person stalks me on Facebook every single day, and it literally shows her up, and calls her out on the FM radio. And she wasn't too happy. And all I think is, don't mess with the layman. He always comes back. He always does. So yeah, so he's going to be on my set at Wizards of the Core anyway. And we've got the amazing Flick B, who has, through the lockdown when she was live streaming and playing on pages like Rave Anywhere, she has been absolutely smashing it. She's been dominating it. She's played events such as Rave Anywhere, even Ravers Reunited. She's played at them events. She's played at like Core Blimey. She played the last Rave Escape in Doncaster. And she's not shy of getting behind the decks and sort of banging out a proper, really good hardcore set. And she's got a really good mixing style as well, which kind of reminds me of the old Gamma days when it was Dougal and Gamma. And I remember Gamma used to do all these like quick mixes and trying to double drop tunes in sort of like different places, and just really full pelt going in on the mix. And Flick B does a very similar thing. And it's just a really unique style of mixing because not many people do it, and it's really good when people experiment with tunes and try and bring another tune in at, say, like a different place. And you've got these like quick mixes and these double drops, and I love doing that myself with my hardcore. That is one thing I really do like, a good old double drop and a good old quick mix where it's just you're deep in the mix, and obviously the tunes are absolutely belting out. You got the bass belting. It is honestly it's a really good feeling. So hopefully she's gonna supply like just an absolutely banging set that me and the layman are just gonna host an MC for just so well. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm glad I get to work with my partner in crime as well, if you like. I mean, we do a lot of stuff together. We write bars together. We prepare for events together. We write tunes together. So, why not MC together? Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be one hell of an event. And then after that, I'm hosting the final Power Hour with the man like Jamie Bidwell, who is again he's going to play an amazing set, and he's played at places such as Critical Beats. I think he's done some Rave Anywhere stuff as well. I can't fully remember, but again, it'd be amazing. Got like a power hour, so I'll be going all in on the final hour, and we got one more hour to do this crew. That kind of thing, and it should be an amazing. It should be a really good event. Should be absolutely belting. So I'm looking forward to it. So that's next Friday in Cleethorpes at the Hive. I think tickets were a fiver. I think either a fiver or £7. And you can still get some tickets, but quite a lot have sold. As I know, they had quite a few good ticket sales. So they sort of like decided that they was going to give away some glow sticks and things at the event because they was kind of overwhelmed at how well the ticket sales were going. So hopefully it should be quite a good event. Should be quite a few people there supporting and ripping up the hardcore sound, which I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the event itself. Again, Cleethorpes, I've not gigged there yet, so it's definitely one to tick off on the bucket list, and I've never been to this club either, so hopefully it's going to be a nice little club, and hopefully, like I say, things will just go well, and we'll have an absolutely an amazing event. And then, like I say, the next day I've got a 60th birthday party. which is which is going to be a shed load of fun. And I'm definitely on the Saturday night stroke Sunday morning because obviously with me being at Wizards of the Core, I think that is on till about 4 in the morning, and I'm on the power hours, so I've got to be there till the end, and then obviously you've got to drive back at like 4 in the morning, which it's a good sort of 45 minutes to hour, to get back, and then obviously I'm getting picked up on the Saturday daytime to come with the equipment, and obviously to get through to Driffield, because well, my dad's picking me up, and because he does certain things on a Saturday, like he takes my sister horse riding, he works on the Saturday night delivering for a takeaway, so literally they go horse riding at 10, and then they're gonna come for me after the horse riding. So I've got to be all up and all sort of packed down, sort of by them. But what my initial plan will be, is that I will probably pack down on the Friday, because I'm going to obviously be away in Cleethorpes. So what I'll do is probably sort of like mid to late Friday afternoon, I will probably just pack everything down that I need, and I'll just get everything sort of ready, so that I can more or less just carry it downstairs and out to the car when it's obviously ready to cut, when I'm ready to go, as opposed to trying to do it in the morning when you feel a little bit knackered, and then obviously as well, if you haven't got a straight head because you're quite tired, and if you wake up late and then you're trying to rush, and then you're trying to get everything done, and then obviously you think you end up forgetting a wire or something, or just something that is vitally important, and unlike the last gig I did at Driffield, this one isn't just round the corner from my house. It's a bit of a longer walk if I forgot a trailing socket, because at the last one I did in Drift, I forgot a trailing socket, but luckily I was about 2 minutes from my house, and it wasn't good, because I'd just eaten a meal as well. I'd just been having a meal at the Weber away, and I was quite bloated. And I got to the event, and I realised I'd forgotten the trailing socket, so I literally ran round to my nan's with a full belly to get the trailing socket, and it didn't feel good. So I've got to make sure that I've got everything that I need. But obviously I should have, and if I pack up the day before, like, things will go well, and then hopefully I'll smash it in. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this stream because I'm absolutely roasting out here. It's apologies about that. Take it easy, people. Let's end this.